When I first got the new Specialized S-Works Aethos, my question was, what's going on? Or, as many Canadians might say, Aethos, eh? Aethos, Aethos, eh? Get it? Remember, Specialized debuted their new Tarmac SL7 at the end of July. That's supposed to be the race bike for all races. So what's going on with the Aethos? It's got the same geometry as the Tarmac. It's got this UCI sticker that says it can be raced, but Specialized says it's not for racing. It's crazy light. The frame in size 54 should come in at about 575 grams. This Shimano Dura-Ace Di2 build, they say is 6 kilograms. My scale says 6.19. Anyway, that's way too light for the UCI. So you're not going to see this bike at the Tour de France. You can race it probably in some amateur races, check the rule books, and maybe run really heavy bottle cages. Like with all modern carbon fiber road bikes, this frame was developed with a lot of computing power. Specialized designers ran so many simulations, they were left with what they called this data monster. To help them navigate all those numbers, they had this idea about how forces are transmitted through a frame. What we usually think of as an important area on the bike is the bottom bracket, and then from that follows a big down tube, pretty big chain stays, even a big head tube. All of that is to manage the forces that a rider puts in when pedaling. Specialized looked at it a little differently. They looked at it from the front, actually. And what they saw there was the head tube doing a lot of maybe flexing. And from that, the top tube would go a bit askew, and also the down tube would get sent to the side a bit. What's the solution? Well, a barrel-shaped head tube. And from there, the top tube got actually a wider diameter, close to the head tube, same with the down tube. And they both taper as they go towards the back of the bike. It may not strike you when you first glance at the Aethos, but if you put this bike next to another modern carbon fiber road machine, you will see the Aethos's tubes are much narrower. It's actually kind of striking. I think Specialized has almost come full circle. They started with the most modern computing power, they have the latest carbon fiber layup techniques, and they get a frame that looks a little more traditional, slightly more classical by virtue of its tube shapes. What else does it have? Well, it has Roval Alpinist CLX wheels. They weigh in at about 1,284 grams. This is a full Shimano Dura-Ace Di2 build. The bike also has Specialized power meter. It was built in a partnership with 4eyes. So, how does the Aethos ride, eh? Pretty sweet. It's very, very smooth. It, of course, and not surprisingly, reminds me of the Tarmac because it shares geometry. However, it's got its own feathery character. I'd say a lot of the smoothness also comes from the wheels, which are just so dialed. Also, the BB, the threaded BSA bottom bracket, just has this lock and assists you with the power transfer. The bike descends pretty well and is really good in high-speed corners. Not surprising, with its weight, it climbs great. This is a bike for riding far, for riding fast, and for riding long. And to me, the bike is just a pure joy, eh?